Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to the 6th lesson in our course Learn Arabic with Zainab Jaafar. Before we start our lesson for today, let's have a review of lesson number 5. In lesson number 5, we had 4 letters in details. They were ha, ha, ta, and its variation ta al-marbuta, and ba. In the grammar zone, we explained gender and said that there are 2 types of masculine and feminine in Arabic. The first are unique words for masculine and feminine like rajul wa imra'a. And the second is based on deriving the feminine words from the masculine ones. And here it can take one of 3 forms. The first one, which we explained in details, ends with ta al-marbuta like muallima. The second one, which we will explain today, ends with alif al-mamduda, alif and hamza, like hamra. And the last one ends with alif al-maqsura, like atsha. This is a quick review of lesson number 5. Please check the link in the description for the complete lesson. Now let's start our lesson for today. In this lesson we will learn 2 new letters. The first one is alif and all its variations. Alif, alif al-maqsura, and hamza. And the second letter we will learn is ayn. In the grammar zone, we will have the second part of gender, and we'll talk about feminine words which end with alif al-mamduda, and we will talk about the best example of them, colors. So let's start. Bismillah. Our first letter for today is alif. It is the first letter in the Arabic alphabet. Alif covers a wide variety of forms. So under alif we will introduce al-alif al-tawila, al-alif al-maqsura, al-hamza and its different variations, and finally al-alif al-mamduda. Let's have them in details. The first types of alif are these 2, alifun tawila wa alifun maqsura. Please notice we will speak now about alif and not about hamza. There is a second type of alif over which there is a hamza, this little symbol that you see, and this alif which has hamza over it will be explained with hamza. Let's see first their places in the keyboards and later we'll speak about their pronunciation. In a keyboard, al-alif al-tawila is found with H and al-alif al-maqsura is found with N. In an Apple keypad, al-alif al-tawila is found in the second row and al-alif al-maqsura is found in the third one. This is also applied for an Android. As far as the pronunciation of alif, it has 3 pronunciations. When it comes in the middle and final positions, it is the long vowel we explained before and it is pronounced as a. Examples of it are nab, nab, asa, asa. When it comes in the initial position, it might have one of 3 pronunciations. The first one is kasra. Alif is pronounced as kasra when it comes at the beginning of a word like imra'a. This position of the alif is limited to very few words. Please notice we're talking about alif and not hamza. I will make this clearer soon. The second pronunciation of alif is fatha. This pronunciation applies to the alif of al-ta'rif when a word is said in isolation. Remember in lesson 2 we explained how to make words definite by adding al-ta'rif. If you missed this lesson, please check out its link in the description. So whenever we want to say a definite word with al-ta'rif in isolation, we pronounce the alif of the al as fatha. An example of it, al-walad, al-walad. The third pronunciation of alif is silent. This applies only for an initial alif when a word is said in connected speech. So the kasra of imra'a will be silenced when we say hadihi imra'a. Notice the difference. When we say the word in isolation we say imra'a, imra'a. But when we preceded with a word we say hadihi imra'a, hadihi imra'a. So it sounds as if the second letter after the alif becomes the final letter of the first word. Hadihim, hadihim ra'a, hadihim ra'a. It sounds as if the mim is the final letter of hadihi, hadihim, hadihim ra'a. Let's have another example. We've just said that the alif of al-walad is pronounced as fatha. When we precede it with hada, we unpronounce the alif and connect the letter after the alif with the first word. So we say هذا الولد, هذا الولد, as if the lam of al-walad is the final letter of hada. Notice al-walad, هذا الولد, هذا الولد. So in short, alif is pronounced as a when it comes in the medial and final positions, like nab and asa. It is kasra when it comes at the beginning of a word when it is pronounced in isolation, like imra'a. It is fatha when it comes at the beginning of al-ta'rif when the word is pronounced in isolation, like al-walad. And finally, it is silence when it comes in the beginning of a word in connected speech, like هذه امرأة and هذا الولد. الألف المقصورة. As far as الألف المقصورة, it comes only in a final position and always is pronounced as a. Examples of it are مرسى, مرسى, مستشفى, مستشفى. That's all about alif. Now let's talk about al-hamza. Hamza or al-hamza has 5 variations. So it either comes alone, and this only happens in the final position, or it needs what we call in Arabic a chair to sit on. So it might sit over an alif or under it, over an alif al-maqsura or over a waw. In a keyboard, hamza over an alif is found with H, under an alif is found with Y. For these two, we need to press the shift key to get the hamza. Hamza over waw is with C, hamza alone is with X, over an alif al-maqsura is found with Z. In an Apple keypad, hamza is found in the third row, and you get hamza with alif, with waw, or with alif al-maqsura by pressing and holding the original letter. And this also applies for an Android. Hamza is not found in English, so we need to have a look at its place of articulation. As you see in the diagram, it is made at the bottom of the throat. It is produced by obstructing airflow in the vocal tract. By doing so, and because there is no nasal outlet, the airflow is blocked entirely, and the produced sound, which is hamza, is called a stop. Hamza is also voiceless, which means it is produced without vibration of the vocal cords because they are held tightly together, preventing vibration. Now try to obstruct the airflow in the vocal tract and try to reduce a hamza. Eh, eh. Of course, I am saying it with fatha to produce a sound, and by that the air is released. Eh, eh. Now let's have some examples to make it clearer. Examples of hamza with the harakat. With fatha, arnab, arnab. With dhamma, udhun, udhun. With kasra, ibra, ibra. And we have variations of hamza with sukun, fa's, fa's, di'b, di', lu'lu', lu'lu'. Examples with long vowels, di'ab, di'ab, mas'ul, mas'ul, za'ir, za'ir. As far as the positions of hamza, in the initial position, asad, asad. In the medial one, ka's, ka's, ku'us, ku'us, bi'r, bi'r. In the final one, sada, sada, bu'bu', bu'bu', ma, ma, shay', shay'. Please notice that the first form of hamza, the hamza over alif, comes in the 3 positions, like asad, ka's, and sada. The second form of hamza, which comes over waw, comes only in the medial and the final positions, like ku'us and bu'bu'. Hamza over al-alif al-maqsura only comes in the medial position, like bi'r. and hamza alone comes only in the final position, like ma and shay. The last form of alif is madda. Madda is in the form of a glide over an alif. It is pronounced as a long a, just like the a of at. In a keyboard, madda is found with n. In an Apple keypad, madda is found in the second row, and it is found also in the second row in an Android. Madda comes only in the initial and immediate positions. Examples of it are ala, ala. If the picture is not clear enough, ala means machine. In the medial position, mir'at, mir'at. Our last letter for today is ayn. Ayn is the 18th letter in the Arabic alphabet. In a keyboard, ayn is found with U. In an Apple keypad, it is found in the first row, and this applies also for an Android. Ayn has no equivalent in English, so we need to have a look at its place of articulation in the diagram. Ayn is produced with the center of the throat. It is made by pressing the velum at the center of the throat in a position which is to the back of ha. I have noticed that it is mostly pronounced as alif by foreigners, so instead of saying ayn, they say ayn. Now alif is e, while ayn is a. Please try to press hardly over the center of the throat and produce the ayn. It needs some effort to make it, so it is ayn, a, while alif is e. Examples of ayn with the harakat: with the fatha, ayn, with the dhamma, asfur, with the kasra, imara, and with the sukoon, ma'mal, with long vowels, aila, oud, eid. As far as the positions of ayn, in the initial position we have asal, in the medial one, sa'id. In the final one, sib means finger. Now let's have a review of some keywords. This is exercise number 1. Try matching the following keywords with the pictures. As usual, you have 8 words and pictures. Try to review the lesson before doing this exercise. Don't forget to leave the answers in the comments or in the group so that I can check them out. Now let's move to the grammar zone. In the previous lesson, we talked about how to derive a feminine word from a masculine one by adding at-ta'ul marbuta. Today we're going to speak about how to derive feminine words from masculine ones by adding alif and hamza. The best examples of today's form of feminine is colors. Colors in Arabic are of 2 groups. The first group are colors that start with hamza, like ahmar, which means red. The other group of colors end with ya, like wardi, which means pink. Now we're going to speak about how to derive a feminine color from a masculine one in both cases. In order to change a masculine color start with hamza into a feminine one, you need to do the following. First, delete al-hamza. Second, replace the harakat. And third, add alif and hamza. Thus the masculine color ahmar becomes the feminine hamra. Let's apply this in detail. This is ahmar. The first thing to do is we delete the hamza. The second thing to do is to replace the fatha by sukoon and vice versa. And the last thing to do is we add alif and hamza. What we get is hamra. Notice that the masculine ahmar consists of 2 syllables. They are ahmar. Hamra also consists of 2 syllables. They are hamra. Now notice the difference. Ahmar, hamra. Ahmar, hamra. Let's apply the rule again to another color. This is aswad. Aswad means black. The first thing to do is we delete the hamza. The second thing to do is replace the fatha by sukoon and vice versa. And the last thing is to add alif and hamza. What we get is سوداء, سوداء. The masculine is أسود, أسود. The feminine is سوداء, سوداء. Let's have more examples. These are all the colors that their masculine starts with hamza and their feminine ends with hamza. Please notice that the color is below the words. أحمر, حمراء, أحمر, حمراء. أخضر, خضراء, أخضر, خضراء. أسود, سوداء, أسود, سوداء. أصفر, صفراء, أصفر, صفراء. أزرق, زرقاء, أزرق, زرقاء. أبيض, بيضاء, أبيض, بيضاء. As far as the second group of colors which end with ya, we already have known how to make the feminine ones because they apply to the addition of التاء المربوطة. So in order to get the feminine of وردي, we add تاء المربوطة and we get وردية. Remember, we have to add شدة before the تاء المربوطة. وردي, وردية, وردي, وردية. Let's have more examples. This is the group of all the colors that end with ya. بني, بنية, بني, بنية. بنفسجي, بنفسجية, بنفسجي, بنفسجية. وردي, وردية, وردي, وردية. رمادي, رمادية, رمادي, رمادية. برتقالي, برتقالية, برتقالي, برتقالية. ذهبي, ذهبية, ذهبي, ذهبية. Now let's see how to use colors in phrases. A color is just like an adjective. It is added to a noun, so in order to describe the color of a noun, we add the color after the noun. So, اسم, which is noun, plus لون, which is color, becomes اسم and لون. Our first example is قلم, قلم, plus أزرق, أزرق, becomes قلم أزرق, قلم أزرق. Let's have more examples. هذا ديك أبيض, هذا ديك أبيض. هذه دجاجة بيضاء, هذه دجاجة بيضاء. هذا لون أصفر, هذا لون أصفر. هذه نجمة صفراء, هذه نجمة صفراء. هذا قميص وردي وهذه زهرة وردية, هذا قميص وردي وهذه زهرة وردية. ذلك دلو برتقالي وتلك راية برتقالية, ذلك دلو برتقالي وتلك راية برتقالية. Examples from Quran. In the first verse we have بقرة صفراء, a yellow cow. Both بقرة and صفراء are feminine, indefinite, and singular. In the second verse we have الخيط الأبيض, literally translated into the white thread, and الخيط الأسود, the black thread. The noun الخيط and both colors الأبيض and الأسود are masculine, definite, and singular. Now your turn. This is exercise number 2. Try to do these exercises. A. ما هذه, هذه. B. ما هذا, هذا. C. ما هذه وما ذلك, لعبة وذلك أزرق. D. ما هذه وما ذاك. Before we end our lesson for today, let's make a review of our keywords. Please listen and repeat. أذن, أذن. إبرة, إبرة. آلة, آلة. عمارة, عمارة. عائلة, عائلة. مرسى, مرسى. مستشفى, مستشفى. أرنب أرنب أسد أسد فأس فأس ذئب ذئب زئير زئير كأس كأس بئر بئر صدأ صدأ بؤبؤ بؤبؤ ماء ماء عين عين عصفور عصفور معمل معمل عود عود عيد عيد عسل عسل صبع صبع. This is everything for today. I wish that the lesson is not a difficult one. In the next lesson, inshallah, we will talk about pronouns and nationality. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and invite your friends who are interested in learning Arabic. Thank you for watching and fi amanillah.